Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here, welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. Thank you so much for joining me here on stream. Welcome in everyone. Kieran, congratulations on being first today. Timbit, hello. Sai, it's good to see you. Ash, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate your 9 months of support. You're awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by everyone. We are currently back in the royal capital, Grand Trad, and we are supposed to go to sleep and get ready for that decisive, totally final battle with Luis, right? Which we know is not going to be the end of the game, but I'm not exactly sure what to expect. Before we do, let's talk to our party members and kind of see what they think.
That man.
Regardless of our aims, it seems Luis has had his eye on you for some time. No doubt he's been anticipating the showdown in the royal capital. Well, if he asks a fight of us, a fight he shall have. We stand proud against him.
I got ya.
Wants to settle it one-on-one, eh? Of course he does. When all you care about is power, everything has to be a duel. Speaking as old right-hand man, I can tell you, the man's strong. Terrifying strong. Can't afford to get careless. I was gonna say reckless, but that's not what he said. I wonder if we're still able to go around and, like, shop and stuff. It's the room Hulkenberg and the others are using. Friends we may be, yet I would hope you'd seek permission before entering one's private quarters.
Now then.
Thanks to Rella, we've won quite a sudden groundswell of public support, but Luis's supporters number many still. The only way to get more support is to fight Luis and lay him low. It's Bria's room. I shouldn't go in without permission. Oh, I guess there's more rooms. There must be this way. So we're not taking up the only rooms at the inn, I guess. Thank you so much for the sleeveless redeem and the stretch sigh. I appreciate it. All the customers at the inn say they're cheering for you. You've beaten a lot of bad guys already, haven't you? I'm sure you'll win.
At last.
This is it. Standing here takes me back to the royal funeral, but today we are more powerful than we were then. This time we'll defeat Luis and avenge Grius. No, all who have gone too soon.
It's coming up.
It's finally time. I'm almost impressed that Luis would challenge us to a fair fight, unlike those church bastards who keep everything in the shadows. We can't let Luis get anywhere near the throne. We charge him with our best foot forward, for us and for Rella, who trusted to do just that.
Make yourself at home.
Tomorrow's battle will be historic, won't it? I've readied your bed so you can rest well.
Alright then.
Yufa's over here. I was like, where'd Yufa go?
But then...
There used to be many candidates for the tournament, but now there are only a conspicuous few who remain. Luis may be a strong opponent, but there are so many people who support us. Let's give this battle the best we've got and live up to their expectations. Okay, so I can't even go out now. Okay, so according to the information we got from the broker, see, the thing is, was I supposed to get this information before we fought Luis the first time? Because I didn't even go back into the inn before we went to the opera room. So you want to know about Luis? Well, I suppose it's time for you to finally face him face to face. But frankly, I don't think you can best him. Then again, I have no reason to go out of my way to stop you either. Not only is he skilled with the sword, he's a mage capable of advanced magic and curses.
Keep this to yourself.
He can use 4 types of magic: fire, ice, electric, and wind. And I've heard he can imbue his sword with them. On top of that, his keen eyes can detect his opponent's weaknesses. Allow him even the slightest opening and he'll capitalize on it. One more thing. I've also heard whispers he wields some sort of unknown monstrous power. Little is known about it beyond its immense strength. You should really think twice about whether you truly want to fight him. Yeah, see, that's a good point. Last time we fought him, I don't remember him using his sword to imbue it with elements. But he did use multiple elements and then use, like, slashing attacks on us.
What now?
So, okay, so here's my strategy. I think that means that, well, this is my guess. So he can hit us with the elements. Now they said fire, ice, lightning, wind. She didn't mention light and darkness, but I'm going to assume he can probably use those too. His sword is probably slashing damage, but does that mean he has no pierce or bashing damage? Because if that's so, most archetypes have a weakness. If my weakness is pierce or bash, does that mean I'll be okay, is the question. So first I'm gonna take, should I take Medica or Medical? Medical costs 40 MP, and Medica is usually good enough for me. Unless it's a long drawn-out fight, in which Medi's better because it costs less MP. I'll take Medica. I probably need... See, now that we know Pen Patra, that's useful. And then... Oh yeah, I probably need Dakunda. That's been consistently useful. So my character... I think I'm going to stick to the Pugilist. Now what I'm going to do is... And I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to try. So my character... has the MP recovery, which is pretty useful. But what if I equip this? Greatly increases evasion against ice. What if I taunt him? Or like, what if he thinks that he can get away with hitting me with ice, and then I just dodge a bunch of his ice moves? Because he'll lose a ton of turns, right? But if I do get hit, I'll take damage and he'll get an extra turn. So it's a little bit of a gamble. But I don't want to switch back to Savior, because I'll be weak to Darkness. Although, oh, Savior's no longer weak to bashing damage. That's actually pretty nice. Although, again, I'm not sure if he's going to use bash. Stroll is going to be on the bench, so I don't really care about him. At least not right now. Hulkenberg was also going to be on the bench. I'm going to start using, like, just the characters I like the most. Now, Heismei, he's working on Gunner, which is weak to Lightning. Or rather, he's working on Sniper, which is weak to Lightning. I need 3 more ranks of this to unlock Ninja, but Ninja's also weak to Lightning. Merchant is not good because it's weak to Fire and Light, so that's double weakness, so that's not good. Now, the thing I noticed about Heismei, okay, so I want to get Ninja. Ninja needs Assassin 20, which I have, and Sniper 10, which I'm working on here. So if I go the Sniper route, if I want to get to this thing when I unlock it, it says Sniper 20, Magic Knight 10. Magic Knight means I need Knight 20 and Mage 10 as well. Like, that's so much stuff. And then Merchant, if I do Merchant, I need Merchant 20 and Commander 10. That's like a lot of stuff. Now, the first couple archetypes up to rank 10 shouldn't be too bad, but like, if I want Heismei to be my Merchant, Sniper, Ninja, he's gonna have to do all these other classes I don't need. What I'm gonna do is I'll unlock Knight and Commander for him.
I see. Fascinating. This right here, all right?
Because I actually did read ahead, and apparently Heismei, if you want to get his ultimate class, he needs the most amount of other classes compared to everyone else in the game. So you can't really be... You have to be smart with how you use his archetype XP. I am to be a true knight. With this power, I am ever your shield. I will show you my newfound strength, so that I might protect those who cannot fight. Plus, I also want to get... So, to get Moore's last couple ranks, I need to unlock as many classes as I can. So currently I don't have a Tycoon or whatever this is. Heismei is the closest one, and I won't have Dragoon, but Heismei is the closest, so he also needs to be doing all these. I'll unlock Commander as well.
I see. Fascinating. This right here, all right? I'm counting on you. Of course.
So the thing is, between what I'm going to need for him, so Mage is weak to Piercing, which might be useful, because it's not weak to any elements. However, I could only use Bot, which is not ideal. Commander is only weak to blunt damage, or bash, or whatever it's called. So actually, I might work on this, but then he'll only have Marakukaja. Now I do have cross skills. I could put some elements on him. The thing is, I don't really know what to use for him right now, because he's... I mean, Commander's a buffing class. He doesn't have any buffing attacks, and Heismei has a lot of elemental coverage, but he doesn't really have, like, hard-hitting attacks yet. Now, what I was talking with Kieran about this too, and apparently if someone... I haven't really been doing this, but if you are on an archetype for someone that they've already mastered, their overflow archetype XP gets turned into hero fruits. Now, I haven't been doing that because I want to actually use the classes, and I think it's more fun that way. Plus, I wasn't sure if it's more efficient or less efficient, because the hero fruits, I don't know if it's as efficient as actually leveling normally, but apparently it's equal to, if not better. So I might actually just change him back into Assassin. Now the problem with this is he'll be weak to lightning, but what if I equip the lightning dodge thing? Because Izumi already has high dodge. So let's give him some elemental coverage. I'll keep gold attack. You never know when that's going to come in handy. He's never really had a problem with MP. Plunder magic might be useful. Can also increase everyone's defense. His fire dodge as well. Okay, you know, I'm gonna go with this for you for now. And I'm gonna equip electric dodge on him, because he already has high dodge, so that actually might work even better. Wait, I don't have... Oh, here it is. I was like, do I not have an electric one? So for that note, I'm going to keep Yufa as a summoner. She only has a little bit left to go, but I do want to finish it. I was going to keep her as a seeker, because I need magic seeker from her, but I'll let her finish summoner, and then the overflow can go elsewhere. Cilio will keep as a berserker. He doesn't really have much to work with either. Actually, I'll give you Hama, just so you have coverage. Now, I don't know what he needs Berserker 20 for the next one, but I bet he's gonna need another class. I'm probably gonna do like Pugilist or General on him. Oh yeah, I also forgot, my character has unlocked Magic Seeker, but he hasn't actually unlocked it yet, so I might as well do that.
Fascinating. This right here, all right?
I'm counting.
Of course.
Really?
So this is the power of the Magic Seeker's soul. I shall continue to use the sword and my newfound magic to its fullest. The Seeker's journey isn't over.
Good. I'm still getting
But I'm gonna
stronger.
keep him as a punchy man. Juna is currently a masked dancer, but she's wearing the mage mask, so she's only weak to Pierce. In that case, again, I don't know if Luis is gonna use Pierce. Oh, I can't equip an accessory. Oh, but these things. Matador shoes increases evasion against Pierce, defense 61. I thought I had 2 Pierce things. Maybe one of them is just not for her. I'm gonna equip this, so that if she does get hit by Pierce, maybe she'll dodge it. Oh, you're wearing this, okay. Oh, but maybe I should change Heisman to a commander. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. What I'll do is I'll inherit Assassinate.
All right.
So you have Hama. You've bought Hama. You have Fire and Hama and Sick. Okay. I just want to make sure I have all the elements just in case I can't do anything on him. Maybe I'll give you Sick. Okay, I have no idea how good this is going to work out. Could be horrible, but that's okay.
What now?
I mean, that last boss fight against the Ice Dragon really got me thinking about, like, I gotta play this game a little smarter. Can't just do whatever I want anymore. You can go in the back now. Okay, you know what? Let's give it a try. Bed is simple but clean, and has an aroma that reminds me of a clear sunny day. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
Good night.
Rest well.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies. Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Wait, so they found the real prince. The loyalists who disappeared with him led them to... So, the people from the Elder village led them to the prince? But how... They haven't found him in like 13 years. How come just suddenly they found him? I guess, I mean, obviously besides for plot reasons.
Where was he hiding?
I mean, is he even really much of a threat anymore? I mean, I guess he has access to the king's true magic, potentially.
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village, erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the Elder. Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
You knew then?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gamble.
I mean, if you knew that the prince was like part Elder, I mean, assuming you knew, you seem to know everything, Luis. Shouldn't you have already checked there?
The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
I mean, shouldn't you have looked there if you knew that? I mean, I guess he thought the prince was actually dead, because he wasn't behind the curse. Which again, it's kind of weird that he was studying the curse if he shouldn't have known that the curse even existed. Other than for a red herring for us, but I won't harp on that anymore.
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
Fortin did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir, a threat to his power, before his birth was known. The prince's survival, his complete disappearance, this was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
What, your newfound pink eye? Come on, man. At least put on a shirt underneath that thing.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms. I must begin my own preparations. If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
Oh no, he's gonna attack me with my own book.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I knew that book was bad news.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
Same as any other day, I'm just gonna go slay a tyrant.
Yes, of course.
No hesitation at all. You've really grown out there.
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, and give him hell.
Let's head there.
Luis waits within the Grand Cathedral. I should go there. Make sure you have everything you need. Oh, okay. I can actually go and... Oh, I can hand in that quest from last time.
What now?
I need to hand this in, but they didn't give me a chance.
All right. Where to?
Oh, they won't let me teleport back. Dang it. They're like, you have handable quests, and then they don't let you do it. I mean, I guess they're talking about Neris's quests. Actually, I'm not sure if the weapon and the armor shop here have new things. Although it's not Idol's Day, but... They do. These are quite expensive. Small MP recovery return. That's actually pretty useful. They're not like that much stronger than our regular stuff. Well, actually, they have a lot of stuff. What the heck? These kind of cost quite a bit, though. They cost a lot, and I don't think the benefit is worth it. Actually, maybe for Basilio. You know what? I'm not gonna do it.
All right then. Let's go.
That's 50. Well, these are getting expensive. You know what? I'll do without them. And then we'll see.
All right then. Let's go.
I also don't have recarb anymore.
What you want?
Well, that's right. Katharina said I should give you a better discount. She helped me out a long time ago. Make sure you thank her properly. I hear a voice. My line of work gives me lots of contacts with general stores, so I told them to discount their stuff for you. I'm gonna buy a couple of these just to be safe. Cure poison, cure paralysis, cure charm.
All right.
Hey Angora, welcome to the stream. Hey Fate, welcome to the stream. Thanks for calling Kirby.
All right then.
Let's go. You bloody fool.
This heat is insufferable. I'm in trouble now.
Well, I haven't examined the rock in a while, have I?
Hello there.
Your Highness, you're here.
Hey! Isn't that...
So it seems the bigger the candidates face on the rock, the more qualified they are to be king.
See.
Doesn't look like the order's changed since we saw it last. I'm glad you can bank the mag you get from the rock, so I don't have to check it every single day.
Say there.
Excuse me everyone. Let me through. I'm here to fight someone. It's time for our showdown against Luis. You ready? Always ready. Oh, hey Batlin.
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are. I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me.
Batlin's like, there's a job to do, and hell, I'm gonna do it, even if no one's paying me.
As a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight. Woo! Live free, crier! Fight the power! Very good. Let's begin, shall we? The day of judgment is here. The final fight between Luis military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength, worthy of our new king.
Your Highness, you can win! Give Luis the boot!
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Any time now. Any time.
Whoa, over there! It's Luis's gauntlet runner! And so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
I mean, he also didn't specify a time. Like, what if we just came, like, at the end of the day, and he was waiting there for hours? Or vice versa.
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general. Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne.
Okay, so we keep saying that his name was cleared for attacking the prince, but have we all forgotten he openly admitted to killing the king? Like, that is also still a thing. Guys, come on, let's not forget the facts here.
Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna among them.
Specifically her because she's famous. Everyone else, we don't really care about you.
The time has come to demonstrate his power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run. This all began with the king's failures. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
Not you. Power, intellect, bloodline. Not bloodline. But I should say bloodline though because I'm claiming to be the prince, right? So if I want to keep up the charade, I should go with bloodline, but that's not a good answer. Power alone, I gotta go with intellect, even though I don't think any of these alone really works.
The intellect to resolve everything.
Because I'm smarter than you, Luis, because you're an idiot. Remember that time I snuck onto your gauntlet runner? Yeah. Many would dismiss the idea, but resorting to force is never the answer. I wonder if this actually affects anything.
Can intellect alone protect the people? In the end, words are nothing against power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! My Lord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness, show us your power!
Yeah, he's gonna show off his power and then kill all of you.
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
We have only one thing to say.
Oh, come on, Stroll. Oh, I knew he was gonna cup and start saying something.
Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain.
True, I agree with you for one,
Hear
Stroll.
this! Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
Oh, there you go again, Stroll, making it all about you.
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
Thing is, like, he keeps saying, I want a world without inequality, right? So he wants everyone to be equal. He doesn't want racism, quote unquote. But the majority of the people in this world seem to support him. But I thought the majority of the people in this world were racist. So which is it?
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words. Come then, and act your part in this showdown. I have a new world to build, and you will die in its name.
The time has come.
Oh, power of kings!
Hear it now. Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
He's level 60.
Rancor!
You defy the rule of strength.
That did a bigger dent in his HP than I thought. It was only about 200 damage.
This is just what I need.
Oh no, I should have brought Tarunda. I'm a fool.
This might sting.
We settle this here.
Extreme slash ignores resistance.
It's up to you now. I'll slice it!
Come, accept my challenge.
What is this?
Basilio's been hit with some kind of static.
Tiger Eruption Fist.
No, a
Oh,
bunch
it
of
sounds really cool, but it doesn't actually
No.
doesn't seem that strong.
Hold back! We're not out of this yet.
Much thanks.
that helped.
He didn't seem to hit very hard though.
Face me! Some darker arts.
I doubt he actually has any weaknesses, so we'll just hit him with the hardest things we got.
I'll show you. Burn!
I should have brought Tarunda. I feel silly. I should have done that.
Gotta stay calm. About bloody time.
Oh dang, I can't keep using Rampage Slash because I need the main character, but he's a healer. I guess I could do this one. If I don't do Heizme's turn, I could do that one instead. Oh wait, I have Warcry! That's better than Tarunda.
How's this?
Although it's gonna cost a lot of MP.
I will annihilate you! Come, accept my challenge.
Heisman, that's a lot of ailments. Be careful out there, okay?
Let me help.
Quite a boon.
Thanks.
Thanks. You commander! Now we strike. This doesn't feel... I leave it to you.
I call upon a royal soul! Going for the weak spot!
Who should I be? Right, let's make this fun.
I can still do this one. This one, I'm not sure. This one might be stronger.
Fall!
You're out of here.
Basilio left him wide open. Let's hit that new business.
Can you endure it? I strike to kill!
Yes, my strategy's working.
Pugilist!
Oh, he's weak to strike now.
We can do this!
Much thanks.
That helped.
That helped us out.
Let us clean up this mess. A wise choice.
I'll give you the This is just what I need!
Hey, Venator, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by today.
Raging fire!
Stay insane and follow my lead.
Forward!
Ah!
Ooh.
It's okay.
Beat him down,
We can do
Oh, I still have a turn. Great, because that was a weak point. Oh, wait, his weakness to strike is still there?
Well done!
That's your opening, Captain.
Fortifying.
I knew you'd help. I owe you one.
Okay, my janky tactic's working for now.
I will annihilate you! Can you endure it?
Basilio,
Good dodge, Basilio.
I call upon a royal soul.
Can't believe this is working.
This might sting.
I'm
Berserker! Let's split the bets!
fall!
Get wrecked!
Basilio left him wide open.
There's no escape
Let's
from
hit
you.
that weakness.
I can't keep using that. It's gonna drain my MP. Or my HP.
Power.
My thanks.
Thank you.
That helped us out. Can you endure it? I see.
Oh, I'm so glad I equipped those accessories. This is actually really good. He's actually really an idiot.
Leave it to you.
Watch me. Burn!
We settle this here.
Is he like actually weak to strike damage though? Because this one, it's because I keep spamming wanton destruction. That's why. I was like, how come he's not losing the?
On your guard.
How come he's not losing the weakness? Because I keep spamming it.
You defy the
Down,
rules of strength,
Basilio.
then die by it. Strike!
Their weakness.
Be neither timid
Oh, hitting him
nor
with the wanton destruction. Hitting him with the wanton destruction gives you 2 press turns because it's a double attack.
rancor.
Oh, you know what? I should have done double wanton destruction.
Raging fire.
I'm surprised her infernal vortex is actually doing a fair amount of damage too.
Rules, do your thing. Don't be scared. I see. It would appear you have the metal to defend your claim.
Oh no.
And I need not hold back either.
Uh-oh.
I will annihilate you.
Uh-oh, what's he doing?
Can you endure it?
If he misses though, he'll lose like every turn. Yes.
Come, accept my challenge.
No vexing.
I see.
Okay, he's okay, he got tougher, but he's still not quite.
That's a lot of ailments. Be careful out there, okay?
Question is, do I hit him with this first or do I heal? I think I'll heal.
We can do this.
Better play it safe.
Much thanks.
That helped.
Thanks. Now accept your fate.
Oh, I have double pass turns because Heisei passes, that's why.
Watch me. Going for the weak spot.
Stay about bloody time.
Look here.
Get wrecked.
Basilio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
Good. Very good. Yours is a worthy power. One untainted by petty tactics or cheap tricks.
Are you sure it's not petty tactics? I equipped Ice Dodge and then I keep debuffing your accuracy. Are you sure that's not a petty trick?
However,
Oh, is he gonna cutscene annihilate me? He's not really strong.
magnificent. You truly have become more powerful.
I mean, for someone who's by himself, he's pretty strong, but for a boss fight, he's actually not that bad.
But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
you saying that Elda are humans? I mean, I kind of made that distinction because Eldas are basically normal humans in our world, right? Because they have no traits of any of the other races. So, are Eldas just powerful because they're humans? Is that what you're trying to say? Makes sense, I guess.
Humankind?
Because he's elder, you would call him a monster.
You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History as told by the Sanctus Church is a fiction. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history. One that told of ancient times where the land was ruled by a far different people.
Yeah, Etrian Odyssey.
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Yufa, don't humor him.
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods. They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race now lost. Wielders of true magic.
Great, we have ancients. Are they Ashians too?
The modern age saw them called Elder, shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as humankind.
I thought humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to say now?
Luis, you dog. Your lies will soil His Highness's name no longer.
You believe it false. What would I stand to gain from lies?
I still think this reveal would have been better if they weren't using the word human to describe the monsters. Like, again, the word human to describe the monsters had its initial shock value, which lasted like 5 seconds, and then ever since then it's just been, not to say confusing, but for anyone who would suddenly jump into a stream or watch a video and had not seen the beginning of this game, they'd be confused like why they're using the word human to describe monsters. I think they should have actually just come up with a word that means monster.
Elda are actually humankind? Why wouldn't I know that?
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery.
Am I gonna turn into a tiny little chibi too, like Juno?
In truth, he is humankind. He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their wake. He doesn't know when to give up. No one would believe this madness.
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the proof. You, boy, who call yourself the prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia is built.
Utopia?
Oh no, he's casting the Thorn spell. So that's why he was researching it, I guess.
What's happening?
He shouldn't even know that it exists.
What is him?
Witness the truth, good people. You would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is.
I mean, I also transform into these archetype things during battle. Has no one said something about how I look monstrous during that?
He's a monster. It's a human.
It's going.
The truth of the humans is laid bare. They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true! It has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster! It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet... well,
Oh, I'm actually gigantic. I thought I was still normal sized.
Humans.
He's not!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this!
Yeah, these people are easily influenced, but we already kind of knew that. The NPCs in this game are far dumber than NPCs in any other game. help anyone in need. Was it too idealistic? Was it too naive to win?
Afraid.
Louise called it trickery, and even my very
Be
body.
not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true fate.
Who are you anyways? You're obviously not more. Who are you? What do you know about it?
In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the power of that man.
Hear, feel, think.
The time has come. Thou must face the truth deepest within thee.
What's that about?
The deepest truth.
Remember again thy true self, the purpose of thy birth.
My purpose. My mission. That's right, I took on a mission to save the prince.
An ideal world. Even if reality crushes everything I believe in, even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through.
Oh, we haven't heard his voice since, like, the demo. Hey, Asher, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by and being a froggy friend.
It's always
hello.
been that way. Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there to help me through it. After all, you're mine.
Twin! I'm his twin, right? Or his vessel. Or his body. Something like that. I knew it. Finish the sentence, coward!
Wake up! Wake up! Hey!
Oh, hi!
Are you well?
I had a strange dream.
Phew. You seem coherent at least. We saw you take on a terrible, monstrous form. We knew not what to do.
Like, okay, so I understand if the general populace was to get scared of seeing my character turn into a monster, but, like, it's a 50-50 chance of that could actually be my true form, or it could have been Luis's magic. Like, they don't know, right? It's a very, very 50% chance. They should be more scared of a Luis who just turned me into the monster. At least half of them should be, right? But no.
You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was eating away at your body and mind, but I've managed to suppress it. He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell. I don't know if he can withstand the same magic a second time.
Yufa, I hope you're whispering this information, because I don't think the crowd wants to hear that I can turn into a monster again.
I will not let you die.
And again, we keep turning into these archetypes, which arguably also look like monsters, and no one has batted an eye at any of that.
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. None remain to oppose me. Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay the monster and avenge your people?
Shut up!
Unfortunately, the prince is finished either way. Both this imposter and the true prince at death's door, deep in the woods.
The true prince? You bastard! What have you done?
Bloody hell! Is that why he called us here? It was all just a bloody distraction!
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish, but I advise you run fast if you would outpace your hunters.
I mean, on Luis's part, I would say this is actually a pretty good plan. It just hinges on the fact that the populace is so damn stupid, but...
Seize the monster! I don't care if you have to kill it!
Attention now. This looks dire. How could you deceive us?
I knew all along that filthy lowborn was hiding something. Monster!
We retreat to our gauntlet runner. We must find him safe haven to rest.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess. We've no safe haven left.
Gallica, we've only got one option now. I'm worried about the prince too. I know. We'll head to my home, and the prince's refuge. The Elden Sanctum.
How did we get away to our gauntlet runner, honestly? It dropped down to 513. Will supporters have begun drastically declining in number. But we all know that numbers are a load of baloney anyways, based on the last stream, so who cares?
Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis is our true savior.
Sounds like we've got our next king then.
Might as well fall in with him. He'll keep us safe from any humans at the very least.
Wait, a Denny's in there. What's he doing here?
They'll be all right, won't they?
That boy is no monster. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Luis, what the hell did he do?
Stay safe out there, boy.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic. What a terrifying force.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight's over.
Oh, okay, I dropped again. Will supporters are continuing to decline.
Why?
How did this happen? Anyhow, there's no time to waste. Let's set course for the ancient Elden Sanctum. Don't lose hope, Will.
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the Gauntlet Runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
Now let's spend some free time on the Gauntlet Runner.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince. No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse, too.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must hurry on.
I also still think that Nurse...
It is a simple forest.
Oh, we missed out on the free time.
The observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth. The ancient Elden Sanctum.
I'm just gonna say, I still like how Nurse wears like shorts. It's such a fashion design. Hey CB, welcome to the stream.
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the ride here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along too.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into that thing. I apologize. My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
I don't blame you. It certainly caught me by surprise.
And here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here, we're never getting out.
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
Oh, I just realized we didn't even get XP for the fight against Luis because it didn't actually finish. Darn it.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight Mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way.
Again, since we've already been to the village before, we should have been able to teleport it to it, like, technically, but I know we haven't been to it in the game yet, so they made us actually travel to it. Although, technically, because it was a cutscene, it was really instantaneous, for me anyway, but still. I'm worried about the prince. His life is in our hands. He believes in a world where people can make their own future, just like you. He's the only one who can see that dream become a reality.
What now?
Yeah, I'll switch Highsmate back to Gunner. Or Sniper, because I need to finish this one. And then I need to give you Tarunda. Oh no, not Tarunda, Rakunda. Hey Juan, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
Huh? This looks like... Who are you?
Are you alright?
My head's swimming. What is this place?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
See, I still think my character is created from the prince, whether I'm his twin, or like a separate body of his, or like a part of his mind. Wait, what if I'm his will? Because Will is the default character's name, right?
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here.
Plus, I also think that's why they haven't told us the prince's name, because his name's gonna be whatever our name is.
It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
I mean, we know who this is. Why do they even bother trying to hide it? He would have gotten here way before us, though, I would think. Swath of beautiful white flowers growing in clusters.
Why?
Before I left home, I never knew these flowers represented royalty. What are they doing within the ancient sanctum?
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
I mean, isn't that exactly what Luis just said, so...
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcest? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
Yes, over there.
Look at Highspace walking compared to the rest of them.
That...
He's like taking these like short little shuffly steps.
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. But now...
Still, I still don't find it satisfactory how they explain Juna's relationship to being the operative. Like, she's just like, I want to be a better singer, so I joined up with this resistance group out of nowhere. Like,
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
I think they could have at least come up with something better than that.
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Then we move.
I need to get to the cave.
Like this.
That's Magla I'm sensing. I'm worried about the prince. We need to hurry over to the hideout in the lower level. Stop telling me I have reportable quests. I can't hand them in now, game. Hey Tsuki, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Fairy. I think they'll feel a little alarmed if we all swarmed in on them as a big group. For now, let's leave them be and move on. Well, I still have to walk past them. Hello, fairies. It's a fairly old Ujif man. It seems he's working to lay a body to rest.
Russell? You're safe.
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
He's so cute.
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red-dressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting, yet to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
Ah.
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis. From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
An innocent boy, twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
But who will appear on the next day screen now?
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you?
I feel like we should have sent word to the Elder Village that we were pretending that we had performed identity theft on him. Like, just FYI, by the way, when you wake up, we performed identity theft on you, and so just be aware, don't break my cover.
'Tis just as Cinderella said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Wait, you're acting like you've never met me before. Is that true?
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
Before I go to the prince, I think I'll help Russell lay this body to rest.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
Hey Danger, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm a little worried.
I need to get to the prince as quickly as I can. The prince is in the prayer room on the lower level. I don't want to believe it, but we need to see him for ourselves.
It's nearly time.
Stop telling me I have reportable quests. This voice.
Long have I waited.
Oh, there's more survivors.
Beg pardon?
Hold on, did you really come here from outside the sanctum? What's going on? No, that can't be. Are you truly Elda? See, these people don't know me.
Hey, you.
Are you associated with the group that's been sheltering the prince? It's all because of them and other calamities befallen us. Now they get a closer look at you. Are you Elda? I heard the prince was the only Elda within the resistance. Okay, so these people are just regular villagers, and they were not all involved with the resistance, so they actually didn't know all about the prince's thing. But yeah, they also don't recognize me, even though I apparently grew up in this village. So I think that just, you know, proves my theory. These resistance members can keep on sacrificing themselves for all I care. It's not my problem. I guess I came out sounding a little cold. I suppose I can help carry the bodies away. There's too many for that old Ujif to handle on his own.
What?
Right past this door, here's the living quarters. Lady Gruide made it strictly clear it's not to be opened under any circumstances. You heard me. Hurry along now. Was she the old lady at the beginning of the game in the demo? I thought she was part of the resistance too, but maybe she's just the village elder.
All was for this day.
Because again, Russell said that he was the only one who survived from the resistance.
There is still time.
Can I talk to these? Gallica, is that really you? I was wondering where you gone off to. Well, thank goodness you're safe. How are the others? The others, they're fine. It was just a bunch of people who died. We don't care about people. More importantly, Gallica, we have to go gather petals from that flower patch in the forest. What?
Sure.
Oh, maybe later, okay? I'm still on a mission, so now really isn't the time to... You've changed, Gallica. You're even starting to talk like one of them. It's so weird.
What?
You're trying to be a person? You're strange now.
Follow that.
The prayer room is located further in. At the moment, it's being used to mourn those who are no longer with us. I pray you don't cause a disturbance. The prince is just ahead. Are you ready, Will? Why are you asking me this? Is there a boss fight? Oh, the shop's here. The people who brought the prince to this village called themselves simply the Resistance. They feared a name would spread word of their existence. Well, they should have came up with a different name than Resistance. And like, the local dairy farmers. Their numbers have gradually dwindled, and after today's tragedy, Russell is all who remains. Hardly a resistance now. See, before we came to this town, I thought that maybe, like, the whole town had been butchered. But it seems like it was just the resistance and maybe a couple civilians.
Hey.
Russell, the prince is... Oh, Highness, for you to forfeit your life in order to save ours, it can only mean we have truly failed you. There can be no atonement, no penance to match the magnitude of our failure. The anti-Luis task force. I like that. Truth is, during the attack, I crossed paths with the assailant. He walked right past me on the stairs outside. At the time, the only thing that struck me was his unusual garb. Otherwise, he walked so casually it seemed nothing was amiss. It was only afterwards I found out that he had just massacred all those people. I tremble even now just thinking about it. Honestly, if you walk with confidence, you can go anywhere. No one will question you if you walk in with confidence. Even better, if you have a hard hat and a safety vest, no one will question you. But if you're like walking around looking lost, darting over, like looking over your shoulder and glancing about and looking like sketchy, then yeah, people will notice.
Hello.
Beyond this door is the place the organization had been using as a hideout. Or should I say, it was beyond the door. Other than the elderly Russell, the rest of them are... Perhaps we brought this on ourselves, but still, it's also dreadful. Gallica, is that you? Wow, long time no see. Oh wow, Gallica, the funniest thing happened while you're gone. Yeah, the funniest thing? This guy got stabbed and everyone died. Your friend totally fell into a pond. It was hilarious. And then get this. Are you busy or something? You look tired. We should talk more later though, okay? Oh right, your friend's further in. I think you're late. Wow, these fairies are so carefree to the point where it's mockery. A mockery of life. I mean, that's what fairies usually are, but... Ah, you're from the outside, aren't you? Hey, mind telling me what's going on right now? Nobody will tell me anything. They all just say don't leave the house. I know fires were scary, but it's all too much to be holed up like this. I, for one, have no intention of spending my life running between caves and forests. I can't talk to you, okay.
Oh, it's you!
Beyond here lies the altar of secret history, the sanctuary which houses the true story of our people and the world. Kindly refrain from making any loud noises, lest you startle the fairies.
Come off it.
I heard the Eldar are considered to be a sullied tribe to the outside world. Perhaps that's reflected in the current state of affairs. That child is royalty, yet his life has been defined by tragedy beyond anything I experienced. To think there are those who would see such a child as no more than prey to be slain. To look upon a mere boy as he and revile him, their souls are truly cursed. Wow, this man-child woke up after such a long nap and then went right back to sleep. You've got it wrong, he's not sleeping. Why do you look so sad? In fact, why is everyone so sad? Just play for a little bit, you'll cheer right up. When this person wakes up, we should play together. Rubbing salt in the wound, thank you. Why is there a shop here? There's a boss fight coming up. Quite a state our village is in right now, so if there's anything you need, now's the time. Oh, you sell weapons too, that's nice. Nah. I feel like I can go a little bit longer without buying new accessories and armor. To be completely honest, there are those within the sanctum who think ill of both His Highness and the Resistance. But life is priceless, for him to have died in such a way at so tender an age. Let us pray that such a tragedy is never repeated. Offer your prayers not to any idol, but to the God that dwells within.
This way.
No. Your Highness.
I do feel bad for Hulkenberg.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Huh? Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruade. It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruade.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes. Even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
This is the first time they've actually mentioned the Queen. Well, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna possess his body? Are we gonna perform a fusion dance? Like, what's gonna happen? Somehow, I still think, somehow the lie of me being the prince is gonna come true. Or it was revealed that I was the prince all along and this is just like a body double or a homunculus or something.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother?
No one knows anything about the Queen. In fact, no one talks about her like as if she never existed.
The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames, and it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... No, it can't be. And yet...
See, again, at the beginning of the game, we saw a cutscene where she knew who we were, and now she doesn't know who we are. I think they're false memories.
Is something amiss, Milady Gruede? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
See, and everyone's only talking about Gallica.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
I hear that voice again coming from somewhere. Hydaelyn, show yourself!
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee.
Oh, did you hear that? It's the end of the game. We're all done the game, guys.
Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew.
Okay, now play the new game again in New Game Plus.
I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return.
So is this the Queen? Is this Mother? Like actual Mother?
Know this. His life is not yet ended.
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light.
Here comes the exposition.
Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course.
Look now to the past. I see the roads I traveled on this journey.
Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Louise, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
What if I just say the negative thing to everything? This is like a bad ending. Who was it that suggested that I take the prince's name, though? Wasn't it Stroll? Or was it Gallica? I think it was Stroll.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince
is no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
So die.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
His will lives on.
This kind of reminds me of the end of like Persona 4. If you get like the bad ending, they just like throw a bunch of questions at you, and unless you say the right thing, then you get the bad ending.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive.
His will, you might say.
So from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I am thou. Thou art I. Oh, they won't even let me answer the real thing. I'm just a traveler. I'm the prince's friend. I'm no one. I mean, none of the above. No one?
I'm nobody.
Indeed. Thou art nobody, and thou hast nothing.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that.
To name but a few, thy parents, memories of thy youth. Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent?
No, I'm a silent protagonist with a blank slate. You know that. That's not fair. That's a low blow.
Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation.
You're an original character. I created you as my OC.
'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince.
Stop saying the word mission. It's my trigger word.
Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
Okay, we get the idea. You can stop talking. Stop being so verbose. Just cut to the point now.
I have nothing?
Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences wert to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
My other self?
Your persona. Trust and friendship I've gained has been there to support me. But if they'd known I came from nothing, that I am nothing, would people have stood by me, believed in me? And the same goes for the desire to help anyone in need. How is it I've touted such a laughably idealistic belief this long?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Is that right?
I see. My true identity is...
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I refuse to know.
I am... the prince.
Wow, what a revelation. We never would have guessed.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey, what's going on?
What awaits us now?
Ah, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world.
I'm his OC.
In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That
I'm
is
the
thy
fantasy.
true self.
I'm the metaphor.
Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal.
I'm a ReFantazio.
It all began with the novel in thy possession.
I'm a book turned into a person.
By the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
Fusion! My eyes! Oh, my hair! Ew!
What? What is this?
I do not look good. This hair color. I do not look good with this hair color. Oh man. Oh man, okay. Okay. Obviously, this character was designed with the blue hair in mind. Maybe designed with the idea that he would change it to white, but it just, his outfit, his design clearly harkens towards this character needs to have blue hair to look good. And it's not even like white, it's like a light blue now, and it doesn't look good. And do you know what this reminds me of? I'm not going to name it specifically, just out of courtesy of spoilers, but if you know, you know. In a certain Fire Emblem game, there is also a protagonist who was clearly designed with one hair color in mind, and then partway through the game, their hair color changes to a lighter color of the same hue that does not look good on them at all and looks atrocious. And it's very obvious from their outfit that they were not designed to have that lighter color of hair. That is exactly what's going on here. If you know, you know. I hate that hair color on that character. And this is exactly the same thing. He does not look good in it.
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone, and thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you? Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance.
I'm just a little baby with a little baby brain.
The boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose.
In other words, I forced this destiny upon you, Gallica, without your consent.
A memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
Hey Drago, welcome to the stream. And Lil Squishy, thank you so much for following me and being a procky friend. Welcome in.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to.
I'm glad my commentary makes you laugh.
Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No. But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day, when our dearest wish is fulfilled.
These are all just white lies. It's fine, it's fine.
As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved, and so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
Fantasy is dead. Game over screen. Curtain call. Credit roll. We're done here.
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
Oh, I don't look good with his hair.
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? How do you feel?
I feel fine, I think.
Oh, the portrait does not make it look better either.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself. But I also sense His Highness within him.
Like, now if you look at his, like, palette, he has too much, like, white and light color on the top part of his design. Like, there's no good contrast. Like, he needs a dark-colored hair, or at least, like, give him a dark-colored headband or something like that. Make his headband dark blue to contrast it, because it just doesn't look good.
Everyone? I need to tell you something. The truth is,
So let me get this straight.
Also, that was like the longest reveal. Again, it could have been summarized in like a couple sentences, but they drew it out so long, and I get they want to be dramatic and poetic about it, but man.
You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and his highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Then that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself.
I'm the prince's OC. I'm his idealized self. Even he imagined himself with dark blue hair instead of white hair.
A part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Drakadios.
A mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself.
I mean, you guys saw it turn into a monster back at the capital, but you know.
Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure magla.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that it was not merely pretense to claim the prince's name? He truly was His Highness all along?
See, I knew it. Our white lie became the truth. Everything worked according to plan, right? All according to Keikaku.
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince?
Come on, give me a hug, Hulkenberg.
Please. Please, forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you when you needed me most. And more, despite being a member of your Royal Guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Oh, it's okay, Hulkenberg. That was like 70 hours ago. I've completely forgotten about it. I pronounce your sentence ...
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's right, you know. If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
This time, I will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life. I swear to it.
I have one favor to ask of you, Hulkenberg. Could you go fetch me some hair dye?
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
You can just keep, calling me Captain.
No, Your Highness! With all respect, I must object.
This is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so we'll listen to him, eh? What?
Now you must call me by my full name. William. William... Fancy Son.
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Well, that is, I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
You're good, Nurse. You're one of my favorites. You're good.
So much for acting same as always.
Meanwhile, Russell and Gruide are like, what just happened?
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it real.
Magic, 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 magic.
He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
How many times can you say the word fantasy in the same sentences?
A journey to discover and reclaim the self in all senses.
Okay, everyone, let's just all repeat the same thing using different words. Everyone take a turn.
No wonder he set off the custom igniter and the royal gauntlet runner. It was the crown prince himself.
I mean, I guess technically that would answer my question about how come we couldn't use the gauntlet runner to teleport back here. Wait, no, because we still, even though we still started our journey here, he was created here, so he still should have been able to. Never mind. I was gonna say because he started off at the beginning of the game in the desert, but no, he started off here. Because the game didn't want us to do that, that's why.
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
No, Stroll, it's not a miracle, it's fantasy. You have to use the right word.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember, I heard a voice. Guide him, it said.
What's this all of a sudden?
Yeah, you know, the disembodied voice that's been talking to us for like the past 20 minutes? Mother? What do you mean?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just... happened, right?
The word you're looking for is birthed.
I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together. I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
A voice? Lady Gruide mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
Okay, they said the word fantasy, check. They said metaphorical, check.
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
Oh, come on. Sort of.
I have a faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of someone not unlike these grounds.
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey.
Yeah. Me, Kirostyle. I've been watching all of you on your journey.
I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Dude, it's kind of funny now that I think about it. To our characters, this is a big revelation that I was the real prince all along, but we can't even use this information to our advantage, because if we went to the... It's not like we can go to the masses and be like, hey, I was the prince all along, because that's exactly what we've been saying for the past few hours. So we can't even use this information, really. Like, it's not some new information that we can wield against Luis, because it's like, yeah, that's the lie we made up like 10 hours ago.
Chief Descruide, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder Tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.
Be prepared for another straight hour of cutscenes. Okay, maybe it was more like 30 minutes, but still. And all these other onlookers are like, just happened. How could this be? Just truly a miracle. Lady Grude mentioned she caught wind of some manner of revelation. Could this be the late queen's? Hey, Russell. How could this be? His Highness resurrected. 'Tis most joyous turn of events, of course, but I dare say my heart needs a reprieve from all these sharp twists of fate. To think he'd been alive and well, residing in a body composed from magma particles. He furthered his goals by storing his mind within another vessel. 'Tis reminiscent of his Majesty's royal magic.
All very nice.
Never before have I seen such incredible magic. Your Highness, as I understand it, you managed to thwart 2 separate attempts on your life, correct? We Elder are used to weathering our fair share of misfortune, yet you've evidently faced so much worse. Bruh, I've had it way worse. Did you see me fight a fish with legs?
Oh.
What in the heavens? The dead prince is alive. Old man Russell must be dumbfounded. If the rest of the resistance still lived, I wonder how they might have taken the news.
Oh, now this I
It was a really bright light, and now there's a dead person who came back to life? Are all the royalty from the outside world like you? The outside world sounds ridiculous.
Oh, it's you!
Beyond here lies the altar of secret history, the sanctuary which houses the true story of our people in the world. Lady Grude awaits you inside. And also, please kindly refrain from making any loud noises, lest you startle the fairies. Please turn off your cell phones and be respectful.
Come off it.
Well, I'll be. Am I correct in presuming you are the prince now? I haven't heard of any elder boy joining the resistance ranks and going on a mission, so seeing you took me by surprise. I think you are the prince's other half. Ah, fate is fickle one. What if I run past her and talk to everyone else? I've never felt more at peace than here. I've flitted around a lot, but this village, especially this place, is just so relaxing. Don't you agree?
Oh, it's you!
Right? There's just this aura that draws us fairies in. I wonder if folk like you feel the same thing. The village sure does have a lot of fairies, more than I've seen in any other place I've been, actually. Yeah, we actually haven't seen any fairies at all. Yeah, we don't tend to stick around in one place for very long, but I guess this place is the exception. Isn't it just like a fairy to find somewhere we like and stay there for as long as we want? Wait, can I talk to these ones? Oh wow, it's Gallica. I don't know why, but I'm so happy right now. Come on, Gallica, let's play. What should we do? What should we play? I'm sorry, I can't play right now. Another time, okay? What do you mean can't? Are you really Gallica? Whatever though. When you can play, I'll be around.
Huh?
Oh, it's you, Gallica. Yeah, long time no see. I'm so happy you're safe. Long time. Has it really been so long? Oh, I suppose you're right.
Wow.
Wow, guess you didn't miss me much. It's been several months, you know. Several months? Oh my, Gallica's keeping track of time now, is she?
What?
Huh? What do you mean? A day, a month, a year? That's people talk. What does time matter to a fairy? You're almost like them. I guess it's kind of cool.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
Humans!
The human tribe. So Luis's words...
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on?
Yeah, we all know humans famously all get along with each other.
They were racked by division over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world, and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Humanity was torn apart by fear and anxiety, giving rise to the tribes as we know them.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes? We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
That means Prince. That is to say, I am a scion of both the old world and the new.
Beggars belief. It is nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature.
Yeah, some of them turn to fish with legs.
Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, The name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
You know, okay, so they're like, all the other tribes came from humanity, and they, over centuries with Magla, evolved into what they are today. So we have like people with horns, we have people with wings, we have people with third eyes, we have people with elf ears, we have people with chibi features that turn into people with glowing jewel eyes, we have cat boys. What about the UG? I find it really hard to believe a human turned into a bat. What, did they just descend from Batman or something? Like, did the bats mutate with us? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the UG. I think they're great, but...
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed, but its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed. With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind.
See, I understand what they're saying about the church, about like, okay, they made igniters to like limit people on their use of magic, to preserve like peace and harmony or whatever. But like, if you think about it, you know, not everyone in the world is Sanctus, and not everyone in the world owns igniters because they're expensive, right? So the people without igniters then should have been able to use magic freely, but they just aren't able to because story reasons, because game limitations, like the game lore didn't want that to happen. I feel like of the millions of people in the world, there should be at least a couple, besides us, who could use magic without the igniters and been like, hey, that's kind of weird. Maybe we should study that, because that's kind of, you know, kind of odd, huh? Don't you think? Maybe that one person was just more. And what about the Elder? Like the Elder here, can they all use magic without an igniter?
As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names. Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There's weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantazio.
And besides,
A metaphor, you would say. Be realistic or not, I refuse to accept Luis's methods as the alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. Ooh, new archetype? Wait, why do I look like a FromSoft boss? His face also kind of looks like Dagda from SMT. Also not digging the long hair, but his body looks kind of cool. Actually, he kind of looks like some of the evil mages in some of the Fire Emblem games. With like, I think he had like a crown-like contraption on his head. Hey Gab, welcome to the stream. My determination to challenge the unknown has awakened the heroic embodiment of the prince.
Let's do it.
If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing them my convictions in the fight to come.
Let's fight.
That is my mission.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
You've made up your mind. That implies that at some point in time you were considering leaving me, Gallica. How dare you?
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
Well, everyone has anxiety, wow.
I've realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger.
That is a good message. Although it's still kind of funny that anxiety is a status effect in this game.
There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
Does that imply that you were with me and you didn't want to be before, huh?
I'll be counting on you as always.
Gallica has unlocked the therapist archetype.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
The forbidden spell. Turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic. Turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis. He may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
What if Luis is also an Elda and he's just wearing fake horns? Like, if he was any other race, it might have been harder for him to hide his features, but Clamar is pretty easy, I think.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Oh, okay, more exposition.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious.
What if he's my brother or cousin who didn't get the king's magic?
It happens. A name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius.
Where have we heard that before? Oh no, the family came back as an airship. Yeah, Luis is also an original character. He's the airship's original character. The airship birthed him.
The A family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits.
Just like Rella, all the healers turn out to be evil. Well, not evil, but capable of very destructive magic, I guess.
The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
Luis is actually the origin story of Luis Cypher from SMT, who is Lucifer.
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
I cast anxiety.
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel.
So, like, for a game called Metaphor, right? You would think they would use a lot of metaphors, which they do, but metaphors are usually because you don't want to state something outright and you want to kind of, you know, not either imply it or have the reader be the one to interpret it and give it a little bit more of a deeper meaning. But every time they have a metaphor in this game, whether it's like the anxiety or the racism or the magic or whatever, they just spend forever over-explaining the heck out of it when we get it after the first couple sentences. It's like they're over-explaining all their metaphors. It's like, if you're gonna use metaphors, use them as like literature to get across your themes, but then if you just spell everything out for us anyways, then it kind of defeats the purpose, right? Like, it kind of feels like they're treating us like children.
But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more Magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the Magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests. With the world embroiled in chaos, these outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge. Even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him, the malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
Look at the way Nurse runs. It's so goofy. Uh-oh. I pressed the button to save and now my game froze. Uh-oh. I pressed the button to save. Oh, oh thank God. I mean, I could just skip the cutscene again if we had to reload, but... Milady Grude, that intruder came here to claim the prince's life. As it stands, his mission remains unfulfilled. In other words, the assassin hasn't fled. You should assume he lies in wait, biding his time for another opportunity to come at you. Like, again, like, okay, so, like, the metaphors in this game are so heavy-handed that are they really even, like, metaphors at that point? Plus, like, I don't mind there being, like, a couple, like, oversights of the plot or plot holes. There's bound to be a few when you have a game with, like, such a long story. But it's just, like, there's a few oversights that seem a little bit too big. And also the fact that, like, there's so many of these oversights and plot holes, they're all adding up and creating, like, I can't even say like a Swiss cheese. It's more like a mesh thread, right? Like, it's like a mesh thread. There's so many holes and oversights, like major holes and oversights. Like, it doesn't ruin my understanding of the game and what they're trying to do and what message they're trying to achieve, but it's just kind of like, it just makes me, every time there's a new plot hole or an oversight somewhere, it feels more and more like they kind of slap together some of it haphazardly, right? It just comes across as sloppy. That's what I mean when I say this game also sounds like the plot and the pacing and the character designs are all so fragmented and eclectic. Like, there's a lot of things that don't really quite mesh together well, and individually they would not bother me that much, but because they keep piling up on top of each other, it becomes such a large group of problems that I can no longer, like, ignore them freely.
I beg your pardon.
That sword once belonged to the prince, did it not? Though I suppose now it makes you its rightful owner. One glance and I can tell. You still use it even now. Not only for combat, but for sword surfing as well? I completely forgot about the sword surfing. That sword was a gift from her highness, our queen, and your mother. She was quite skilled with it. Free-spirited as she was, she'd fly about the forest, much to the ire of Lady Grude. Any doubts concerning your lineage are disproved by this blade and how you use it. You're indeed her highness's flesh and blood. Okay, but have you considered that I punch things instead of using my sword? By their very nature, fairies are magical beings who can recalibrate the destiny of their magla particles at will. Should the need arise, they can make themselves practically invisible to those with a lesser sensitivity to magla. This is why Gallica goes largely unnoticed. It is also why fairies make excellent messengers. I dare say the Sanctum is the sole place you'll find this many fairies, flitting around without a concern for being hidden. Needless to say, this bond is a testament to the long-standing intertwining of elder traditions and magic. Oh, speaking of fairy magic, I totally forgot. Like, we've almost, like, have not mentioned any of Gallica's fairy magic or skills since the beginning of the game. And even then, I totally forgot that her skill that she gave us was she basically plays the soundtrack for the game when you're playing it. Like, what was the purpose in that? It's just, they really need a lore reason to explain why we're hearing music everywhere? Like,
what now?
Oh, it's so ugly. This hair color is so ugly. I hate it. Wait, where's my... Here it is. He does look like some kind of like boss character from like a Souls game or something like that. And the crown looks like an evil Fire Emblem mage thing. Makes synthesis skills easier to activate. Leads allies making the most of their strengths with unique skills. Ooh, I don't have any weaknesses though. Heavy slash. Ooh, I can buff myself. Heavy light. Covers HP and MP each time a support attack lands in overworld combat. That's actually nice. Adds 4 turn icons, can only be used once per battle. Resists all affinity damage other than Almighty. Wait, this is a passive. Deals extreme physical Almighty damage to one enemy. Damage boosted against human-type monsters. Let's give it the good old try. I mean, I'm still going to be the healer. I've kind of pigeonholed my character into that. Ooh, but I have 4 slots now, so I can equip something different. I mean, Recarm would be useful.
Alright.
I'll put it for now. I'll change it later.
There's too much to take.
The assassin came running out of that door. Who could have assumed that he was still hiding within the sanctum? The assassin who fled. His flow of magma bore little resemblance to a normal person's. It was unsettling. Please be careful.
Awful.
What now? What is it? Cursed scoundrels, have you not stirred things up enough? Hey, it's not my fault. Don't blame me. Rude.
What in the
I thought the assassin fled. What was he doing back here? Don't tell me you were followed. Yeah, blame me for everything, why don't you? The figure who just darted by, is he not the one who came to murder the prince? Ah, so the knave was hiding. He ran towards the stairs. Russell, is everyone safe? We are. We've had no casualties, however, we were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him.
No.
There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices. I believe the intruder sensed the power of the prince's awakening and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please. Clearly, he just wanted to go to a place where there was more room for a boss battle arena, you know? You can't have it here with all these people around, you know? Although this does look like a good arena. Okay, have I talked to that person? You.
Oh, now this
That spell that went off was massive. I'm sure even the intruder wants to know what was going on. Seeing as they came to kill the prince, they're probably after you. People from the outside world are mad. Yeah, the laws of boss battle arena must be abided.
Watch out!
We'll chase after the intruder. Russell, everyone, please be careful. Of course, and with the prince only just awoken, that accursed assassin went racing out of the cave. I can't fathom why, but he looked most bemused. 'Twas rather unsettling.
Ready?
We need to hurry after the attacker. Are you ready? Let's go.
Stop! You. Zorba.
So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What did you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory.
The thing is, like, none of the people, when we came to the village and talked to everyone, and they were all like, an assailant came by, I got a clear look at him, but I can't describe him to you. Or, like, they never attempted to describe him. But Zorba's a very unique individual, because he's a half-breed, so he has, like, the third eye and the horn. Plus, his eye is also, like, red right now. Not to mention his weird garb and purple hair, and yet nobody thought to mention that to us. We would have easily been like, oh, yeah, it must have been that Zorba guy. Not that it matters, though. He's just small time.
Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Oh, hi, you look familiar.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Aw, I'm a little disappointed. They're reusing the boss designs now, too. They should have come up with a new boss design. I like seeing the human designs. It would have been really cool to have another one. Especially since it's been a while since we've seen a human.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
Again, don't get me wrong, I like this boss design, but the power of your newly earned archetype, Prince, surges forth.
Guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now.
I mean, yeah, I guess they're trying to harken back to when I first awakened to my archetype.
Okay,
Still.
time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Hey, Gallica, you know how halfway through that other fight you mentioned you could break apart all the apples? Can you do that again, but right at the beginning this time instead of waiting for halfway through the fight? Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can now change it out as you wish. It can act as support for all synthesis skills. Ooh. There's unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred. Oh, darn it, I can't transfer resist all.
Alright, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
So in other words, I can't be basically once I have this archetype, it's like, well, why would I ever use anything else? But I want to keep using martial artist or get martial artist. Oh, I know your tricks.
You think yourself equal to Sniper? Punch!
Fast dancer. Howling wind.
Okay, let's do this.
True, punching things is more fun. That is completely true. Oh, I can target each of the apples individually. There's a lot.
Get wrecked! I like doing that.
Heal.
Ow.
With healing power.
My thanks.
That helped.
That helped us out.
Also, my prince archetype looks more like a king than a prince. Wait, how come when I had Basilio target everything, there were 2 apples on this side, but there's only 1 there now?
Rancor!
Behold this power. Raging fire. Sorry, my mistake.
You better be ready.
Oh, did I actually kill the other one?
Ah! My bad.
Oh, okay, actually, that was pretty good. Okay.
God, Juna.
I feel like I should still keep healing, at least while he has the other pieces up.
Much thanks.
Thank you.
I owe you one.
Sniper! Some darker arts. I dare say we've made our point.
I'll give you mass dancer. Burn!
I'm awesome souls. Do your thing. You're out of here. Not tickled.
Vitus power. I'll cut through.
Now accept your fate. Fall! Formidable indeed.
I call upon a royal soul. Raging fire. Let's keep it up.
Get wrecked! Destroying's my kind of thing.
How do you like not having legs?
With healing power.
Quite a boon.
That helped.
Thanks. A favor, if I may.
This is just what I need. Going for the weak spot.
Oh.
Berserker!
Extreme physical, extreme pierce, ooh, and decrease their attack. I mean, their attacks, he's not really that strong, so.
Let's do this. Ah!
Julio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
Oh, you regrew everything?
Knock them off again. Julio, nice dodge.
You have 3 apples, but you still don't have your legs.
Forth, Royal Soul. The blade's edge.
You the sniper! Mandible bearing.
Watch me. Burn!
I just lucked out that my party has enough AoE stuff.
Get wrecked!
Beat
Let's
him
stay
down,
calm.
Julio.
Hot. Let's push through.
It's regenerated momentum. Here comes another round of wind attack.
Maybe I shouldn't even bother with the wings and the legs.
I'll use what I must.
Mass dancer. This might sting.
Okay. All right.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna run out of MP.
Let my power support you. Ah!
Julio left him wide open. Let's hit that new
We're not out of
weakness.
this yet.
My thanks.
Thank you.
That helped us out.
I should have brought Medi instead of Medica, just for saving MP.
We'd only just taken them out.
'Cause the wing's not bad, he just hits us with wind. The legs, a little bit worse, but
Now accept your fate. Fall! We've destroyed it. Now to the rest.
I'll show you. Raging fire.
I'm ready. Right.
I'll stop using Wanton Destruction though, because that uses up my main character's MP. So this one's hides me. Also, this one debuffs their attack. That's actually kind of nice.
Fall!
Stay sharp.
Yeah, I'm okay with you keeping your legs and your little wing.
Hold back. With healing power.
Much thanks.
That helped.
I owe you one.
I leave it to you.
Watch me. Going for the weak spot.
On your guard!
Drop dead! Withstood that, eh?
More apples? Quick, knock them off again!
Oh, now he's eating them.
Heal!
It only heal 1,000, but not ideal, but not awful.
Let me handle those apples.
Finally, Gallica, you could have done this at the beginning.
All right, leave it to me. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
I'll cut through. Not good.
Don't get
What?
Captain.
Real and right.
I missed. How did I miss?
A favor, if I may.
This'll be my call upon a royal soul. Maybe this might be a good strategy.
Bloody time.
Why can't I do this? Oh, because she used up her turn when she passed. It was okay.
Something else.
Right, because I passed 2 people. Because I missed. I can't believe I missed.
You're out of here.
Right in their weak spot.
Let's stay calm.
Beat it down, Basilio.
The blade's edge.
They're not miss again,
It's still up.
Mr. Prince. I hate that Heiseme's weak to that. And you got a random crit on me?
Badly hurt.
Good, someone dodged.
Juna, are you okay?
I leave it to you.
You look like you're about to I'll show you. This might sting.
Who should I be? I love this path.
You can do this.
Oh no, I meant to use Heisme, not main character for that one. Oh well.
Still breathing.
That's the breathing.
Quite a boon.
Thank you.
That helped us out.
Yeah, Basilio's really strong. That's my boy. Of course, I would just had him on the ropes. Gallica, please do the thing.
Tis best used.
Thanks.
Watch me. No need to your turn.
I'm ready. About bloody time.
And none of these. Oh, this one does all enemies.
It's up to you now.
Ooh. That looks so goofy.
Let's stay calm.
Let's go. I'll cut through.
I can survive 1 turn, right?
A tough one.
Is he gonna eat all the apples though? Is he just gonna eat 1? Okay, good. He only ate 1. Oh, come on, Heisme's gonna die. Oh no, actually, Juna's gonna die. Actually, maybe they both die.
You all hurt bad.
I'll use what I must.
Healing duty.
Yes! I dare say we've made our point.
It's too early for my I'll show you.
Yeah, if he ate all the apples at once, I'd be kind of pissed.
Going for the weak.
Welcome in, Kinebo.
Who should
Man, if Basilio misses this attack, I'm dead. I'm counting on you, man.
Ah! They're still breathing.
Oh, but he didn't actually kill anything.
We're not out of this yet.
Much thanks.
Thanks.
I owe you one.
Gallica, you better do your thing. Okay, I'm just gonna stop killing the apples. I'm just gonna bum rush him.
This should work.
That helps.
Behold this power. A bit much, actually.
Just trying to decide what order I want to do this. If she passes, then Basilio uses his strong attack. Then I still have time to heal.
This might be a good strategy.
I'm ready. I love this part.
Look here!
Drop dead! Tough one. I will fight with pride.
I want to finish him this turn, but gotta heal.
Power.
My thanks.
That helped.
That helped us out.
Now eat your damn apple. Gallica, it'd be really nice if you did your thing a second time.
Too easy.
Oh, good job, Basilio. That was beautiful. Oh, and he got a random crit out of it. Thank you. Thank you. I like that.
Let me handle those apples.
Oh, thank you, Gallica. It's about time.
All right, leave it to me. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
I was
We need a little bit.
I owe you one.
Have a little pill.
Don't fast, dancer.
See, if I don't kill him this turn, I want to keep the defense down on him. Then I'll lose my turn to heal. You know what? I'm gonna take a risk.
Your turn.
Oh, awesome souls, do your thing.
I'll keep doing this one though.
Forward!
Oh! Stood that, eh?
Let's stay calm.
Won't hold back.
Dang it. I mean, I'll take it. Thank goodness you didn't miss. Even got a crit out of that. Great, I got Gorlio's ripe apple.
I have managed to master this.
Even I had more to learn.
I'm better and stronger. The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
Nurse, you of all people to say that. We've slain so many. I know you're not usually with us to watch it, but...
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Hey Crazy Succubus, welcome to the stream. Thanks for following and being a froggy friend.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
I mean, I think that's a great idea, but I don't think me becoming king is suddenly just gonna get rid of all the prejudice in the world. I mean, it's a nice thought, but it's a step towards the right direction, but we're being a little bit too ideal here.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. That's what I said. Nothing could accomplish that, but if we don't believe things can change, they never will. Okay, that's the message I want.
Come what may, my life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We've lost too many lives along this journey, and if Luis has had his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop him. As if we didn't already know that.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
That's about what it comes down to, yes.
I hope you sing a victory song.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. But we work best under pressure anyway.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself.
Well, I wasn't planning on recruiting you to the party if that's what you're asking, Gurude.
The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Thank you for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose.
Ah yes, our other final battle, because we just had the final battle today, and then we have another final battle, and then there will be another final battle, and then another final battle.
Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
Yay, we're gonna get back in time for sales. It's Idol's Day.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. The final battle, and then the finaler battle, and then the finalist battle.
The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Likewise, I'm glad to be your ally.
Oh man, that hair looks so bad on you.
Yep. Though, I guess our toughest challenge is next.
Having overcome her trial, I can sense newfound conviction from Gallica as both an ally and a friend. Give me your archetype.
Mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna lead the way.
Oh, she gave us 2 classes, Elemental Master and Warlock. But the only person I have on the mage path is Hulkenberg, and she already has like Paladin and Dark Knight. During squad battles, you may gain extra turn icons. Oh. Ooh, Warlock looks kind of cool.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
Right. They finally mentioned it again, her soundtrack magic. This is the magic of music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize.
By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
I wonder how many times my character has actually read his novel from front to back. Probably at least like a dozen. This book is a legacy of my parents, the late King of Uchronia and the Queen of the Elden Sanctum. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world passed down in the Sanctum. Ah yes, the old times of humans, who famously all get along together all the time, never causing any wars, never discriminating. That's us, the humans.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together. The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical.
Oh, they said the word again. Take a shot every time they say metaphor, and fantasy, and mission, and knight, and noble, and anxiety.
There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Then true utopia has never been achieved. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell into ruin and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old world, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? It seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruade mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village. But little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power.
And then he created this moon monstrosity, which set all the events in motion and made things worse for everyone.
With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee my idealistic vision could ever become a reality. And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself.
It's like the, you know, like the meme of like Obama putting the medal on Obama? That's me in the game.
And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
After discussing the novel and our ideals with Gallica, I closed my eyes. Oh, hi, Moore. Hi, Moore. Hey, Lark, welcome to the stream. Academia. It seems I've been summoned by Moore in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend.
I mean, you would think that an archetype that represents true sovereignty would be called king, not prince.
I once said that to be elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety, and archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
Your long-winded lectures?
Foremost fate. Not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you, or something like that.
Indeed, it is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed.
Prince comes from the Latin princeps, which in ancient Roman was used to refer to a first among equals. Oh. The more you know.
Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince.
Yeah, I get it. My name is Will. I was born as from his will. I get it.
Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler. Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you.
I think instead of calling the archetype Prince, they should have called it, like, Hero. Or something like that.
What glorious coincidence indeed. That I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed, 'tis his hands that bear our fate.
I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time?
Is he like a younger version of the king? I mean, if the prince could make his own OC, surely the king could do that too.
Yes. I swear I've heard it before. and I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak! Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the Ascension of Kings.
My consciousness faded away, and I was sent back to my sleep. I'm reminded that Moore was the author of my fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden's sanctum?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh look, the screen changed. Because that would make sense, right? Because then he would be technically my father.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
Plus, it would make sense because I don't like Moore and I don't like the king, so it makes sense they're one and the same, right?
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Yeah, like our other final mission, and the final mission we had before that, and the final mission we had before that.
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in me eyes now.
Someone please buy me some blue hair dye. It's so funny, because, I mean, if you guys don't know, when Kieran was playing this game, he had a stream where he was like, this is going to be the last Metaphor stream. Because he'd been streaming it, like, incessantly, for like 12-hour streams at a time, powering through this game because he loved it. And so he had a stream where he was like, this is going to be the last Metaphor stream, we're going to wrap it up. And then the stream lasted about 5 hours because he had to go do something. And it ended up that it wasn't the last stream because he still had more to do. And then he had another stream that was like, okay, now this is the last Metaphor stream for real. And then that stream lasted like 12 hours. So I know that when we're getting close to the end of this game, we're not actually close to the end of this game because I'm going by time. Like, I'm looking at like how much time it took for everyone else to finish the game compared to me, and I know this is not the final. I mean, even if this is the final mission, I know it's not going to be a short one.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince, can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
Some coin would be nice. I just wanted a little bit of pocket change, and I thought the easiest way to do that is to become king.
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
What if I really said the third option? Hulkenberg would have given me this like nasty look.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
It's a grand trad. Man, that whole section was like, I mean, I understand that I kind of predicted every single plot point that was going to happen, and whatever can be said about that, whatever, but like they were just so overly verbose about everything. Like, I'm not even, like, I know they're trying to be all poetic about it and like really bring it home and really get the message across, but like it really feels like there were some areas where they just repeated themselves so many times. Like, you're the prince? Wow, I can't believe he's the prince. Wait, he's the prince? Yeah, let me explain. He's the prince. He's the prince. Oh, but he's actually the prince. Let me explain why that's happening. Oh, but he's the prince, and you explain that he's the prince, right? Like, it's just like, I get that you had to write it the way you did, but man, like Where it's like, you have to stop Luis. By the way, you should stop Luis. By the way, Luis is bad. We should stop Luis. Hey, our mission? I think our mission is to stop Luis. Hey, is your heart in it? Are we gonna stop Luis? Hey, are we gonna stop Luis anytime soon? What are you gonna do from here on? Are you gonna stop Luis? Like, yes. I get it.
This place here.
Let's move.
You see?
Oh, you're right, you're right. If I told Hulkenberg I was doing it for the money, she would just give me a little bit of pocket change, you know? She would go buy me lunch. I doubt all in Grand Chad will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims will only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say will help anyone, but it's doing a whole nother thing. But doing it is a whole other thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line. We'll lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way up from the bottom. Hey Aru, welcome to the stream. Oh, do I actually get free time on the ship? No.
So many sacrifices. The group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
Oh, I forgot about these schmucks.
Is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Oh, come on, you guys are so irrelevant now.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
What do you mean, who are you? He's the guy that's been emceeing the entire tournament. Have you not been paying attention to anything, dude? I know you guys don't care about anything else, but you were at least paying attention to the tournament, man.
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Who are you? I bet Battlin's gonna do something to get them on our side. Yeah, he just waltzes into their top secret meeting like nothing.
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
What a wild set of sentences to go report to your boss. Yeah, I was assigned to go kill a guy, I killed him, but then some boy walked in and merged with his dead body and now he's resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla.
See, I keep saying this, it's so funny. The prince's ideal form for himself, his ideal dream self, his OC, his original character, had dark blue hair. Even he didn't want his white hair. Now I'm stuck with it.
Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
Why won't you look at me, Lord Luis?
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Yeah, notice me, senpai. No, the funny thing about Luis, too, is that, like, when he first met us, and he didn't know anything about us, he was like, well, you're an interesting fellow, I'm kind of interested in you. And then we, like, do his tasks and whatever, and he's like, yeah, you're kind of interesting. Oh, you got me Jacodillos? Well, I'm not really interested in you anymore. You can drop out of the race. I don't need you anymore. Not interested. And then we go fight him at the Opera House, and he's like, so you were after me all along. You were trying to assassinate me. You're an interesting fella. I'm interested in you. You interest me. And then he, like, kills Forden, and then he's like, yeah, I'm not interested in you anymore. You know, my plan went off. I don't really care about you anymore. And then we declare ourselves as a prince, and suddenly he's like, hey, I'm kind of interested in you again. You're kind of an interesting fella. Let's have this duel at the Capitol. So then we go to the duel, and then he, like, outsmarts us. And then he's like, yeah, you're not worth my time anymore. I'm on top now. Throne's mine. Not interested anymore. And then now it's like my character's been resurrected as a prince. And he's like, this guy's kind of interesting, you know? I want to confront him. He's my nemesis. It's like, Luis, make up your mind.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured. That old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Yeah, Prince is his trigger word. It's so funny, Zorba's like standing like 3 feet away from him, and he's like, I hope Lord Luis notices me, and Luis doesn't even pay attention to what he says. He's like, is there someone else in this room?
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of breed.
The guy's gambling this.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
My character really looks like Aegis in the silhouette.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A sanctus bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I'll tell you.
You're a real one, Batlin. I'm sorry I doubted you, although I think it still would have been cool if you turned out to be some kind of mastermind behind everything.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, but these people are stupid.
Oi, churchman. You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
I like how they just chase those guys.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling.
Hey, Inde, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following me and being a froggy friend. Welcome in.
Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace.
Our final battle shall be on the moon.
What are we about to see?
Ew, that eye looks so gross when it's just Luis's face.
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted.
Bro, you're talking to a rock.
You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Whoa, the rock talked back.
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic.
Again, I don't like the king. I think he's scummy, but I bet they're gonna do something like at the end where they're gonna be like, his whole plan is because he knew from the beginning that us, the prince, would actually win the race, and so thereby his foresight, he did all this and sowed all this chaos and caused all this trouble because he knew it would end up in a good place at the end. But even so, I don't buy it. I still think this king is really scummy, whether he's the father or not.
Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin.
Yeah, something, the ends justify the means, right? It's gonna be something like that. Hey Luke, welcome to the stream.
In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
I knew it! I called this!
Thou wert elder.
Wait, so they were attached by a headband? They were attached together with a headband, a magical headband.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Yeah, they look like headphones. He took off his headphones. See, this is what I meant when I said at the very beginning of the game. I was like, it'd be so easy for an Elder to disguise himself if they really wanted to. Because a lot of the races don't really have, like, super, like, other humanly qualities. Like, obviously, an Elder wouldn't be able to disguise himself as a Ujief, but, like, a Clamar would be pretty easy to do. Even, like, a Rogue could probably be pretty easy to do.
You cannot stop me any longer, nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
I mean, I guess them being a headphone.
Victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Tran. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
I mean, I guess it being like a headband is less silly than if you just pop them off like as if they were like Lego pieces, you know? That'd be even funnier.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
Yeah, Stroll, come here. Can I grab your horn for a second? I need to test something.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
Hulkenberg removes her ears. Now that would be the revelation.
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns!
For real this time, because last time it was actually a lie, but now it's true. Our lies become the truth.
Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored.
We found some white hair dye.
Boy, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Because he's an asshole, that's why.
Because he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him, scum!
Excuse you, he killed my brother. I mean, I guess... I'm speaking as if I was Basilio. So it's not my brother, but you know what I mean.
Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame! Shame!
Why does this crowd have such targeted insults towards my party members?
Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
These are very targeted insults.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions, and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi! Over here! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run! Now!
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Fordman's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone. And oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt.
Battlin's like, wow, the lie I've been spreading has actually turned out to be true.
This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change.
Wow, sounds like someone's been doing some self-reflection.
Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We appreciate some character growth, even for a character we only see once every, like, 6 hours or something like that. He didn't seem that cynical at the beginning, or quippy. Maybe he's just overthinking how humorous he actually is.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Thanks, Batlin. You're a real bro. I'm sorry I insulted you earlier. Nurse is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city's calmed down at least a tiny bit. They'd have a hard time wrecking our Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it. Yeah, didn't we leave it in the middle of the city? We should, like, park it outside.
Alright.
We should make our way over to the Hushed Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead. Wait, so he was like, I prepared an inn. They'll only let you in. But it's the freaking Honeybee. It already kind of belongs to us already. Oh man, I want to go report these quests that they keep telling me that I should go report.
Let's move.
We cleared everyone out. Let us hurry inside.
Everyone. I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
You're still the same person, aren't you? You're just a little uglier than before.
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff.
I mean, it was.
But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right?
See, if you tell a lie and the lie becomes the truth, did you really lie? That's a philosophical question we can have here.
Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Yeah, so I lied, but it turns out I didn't, so it's okay.
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do? If this goes on?
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
I'll figure something out. That's reassuring to say to a child.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. And not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
Anxiety.
You're implying it's Luis's doing? Or the eeriness in the sky? Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
But Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans. We won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
Trap or not, we have no other choice.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Maria's like, I'm standing right here, you know.
Right.
Luis is behind all these disturbances, and stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. That we're still worried about that? I mean, I guess we are. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that. So it took us like, what? 3 or 4 months to build up our popularity to rank 2. So now we're back down to like rank like 3,000 or whatever. It's time to speedrun it back. Yeah, propaganda arc. Exactly.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
Why did everyone have an exclamation mark over their heads then? What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think our goal was? Why does that come to a surprise to you that we're gonna become king if we defeat Luis? They're like, why have we been doing that all along?
We're counting on you, O King.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow we make for the castle.
What to pick?
Stop telling me I have reportable quests when I can't turn them in.
You...
Who would have believed you were His Highness, the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. It's times like these where your actions will speak louder than words. When they see you stand up to Luis, it'll be plain who's in the right.
Oh, it's Mister.
No matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm gonna keep cheering you on forever. There's something foul in the air in Grand Trad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us will do so with fervor, but there are also those who believe in us. We must press on.
Oh, hell.
Everyone is filled with so much anxiety now they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like this. There's still a way to win. It's so different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. We must remember you still got people on your side, Will. Let's just do what we can. Yeah, there's all the pictures.
Your Highness.
And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I'd like to welcome him back with a grand feast. Ah well, the day shall come when the people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spear is ever ready to ensure that day comes.
Honestly.
First you were Luis's subordinate, then a false prince. Now you have awakened as His true highness. None have walked so strange a path as you. And after all this, you still mean to be king. A view from window. I can hear how active the city is beyond the closed shutters. I wish I could plug my ears. What if I just put on some horns?
Come on.
Some noise-canceling horns. Some turnaround, eh? Last time you were here, people only falling over themselves to welcome you. Now the only thing I see is in their eyes is fear. Damn it, people. Even if Will turned into a monster, Luis is the one making him. That's a fair bit scarier if you ask me. Agreed. This bed is bigger and softer than the bunks in the Gauntlet Runner. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
Good night.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 31 days remain.
I have 31 days, sweet. Also, was it just me or did I see a little froggy crawling on that clock?
To all the people who dwell in this land,
This voice?
soon naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shall inherit the kingdom. I bid thee forget not these words.
I like how Batlin's just with us now.
Such a spectacle. But I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner, or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
Yeah, this is where it ends. possibly a month from now.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grip.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
Sure enough. That's what got our Della and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking.
I love how he still says our Dell, like the way he talks. It's just kind of cute.
Come to think of it, what do we all stand for, really?
Yeah, poor Fabian. She's not gonna have regular customers for a whole month while we hide out here.
Maybe hope.
A little broad, don't you think?
Well, I only had 2 options, Gallica. The other option was I don't know.
I don't really know what everyone's talking about, but everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy. Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different, but you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
I mean, I don't have a rogue in the party because our rogue, Grius, has left us. And now if we have Batlin, we have 2 Clamar.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria.
Then again, I guess Maria's half rogue, so I guess she can count.
It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps it is a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
Luis claims victory, everyone will be sacrificed in his wake. We have to prevent that from happening. Whatever Luis is doing in the Royal Palace must be stopped as soon as possible, and it's up to us to do it.
Right, thank you.
Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar. The King's deadline was the dawn of the Day of the Hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the throne. Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we'd get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least one day to spare before the Day of the Hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets.
Gallica, you called 31 days a few days? I mean, I know fairies don't have much of a sense of time, but
So
that's way more than a few days.
Royal Palace here. We have to stop him. I won't accept King Luis. That's...
Oh great, the weather is dread everywhere.
We'll face danger.
Don't we just hate it when you check the weather forecast and it's like, dread?
We'll face danger here.
It's kind of interesting, we didn't really explore this entire side of the continent. After we got to here, it's like, well, let's just beeline across back here. Also, I love how Milo is still on his way to the capital. He's barely left. He left like 5 days ago, and he's like, I'm still on my way, guys.
Trouble. Here's where we are now.
Okay, finally, though, we have free time again.
Let's put an end to this.
Stop the Archmage Luis, pinnacle of evil! Mission with the deadline has begun. To challenge the Airborne Palace, depart from the Round Table and the Gauntlet Runner. Due to Magla disturbances throughout the kingdom, the entire country is experiencing dread weather. And that wasn't bad enough, be cautious of an inclement weather called Blight. The abilities of your followers and their support will be indispensable when it comes to surpassing Luis and being crowned the new king. Use this time to ensure you have no regrets when you depart. Prevent Luis's destructive freedom and rescue the kingdom's future before the day of the hero arrives. Royal Palace.
So?
You need to be absolutely sure you're ready for anything before you head in. That place has definitely changed from the last time you were there. Oh, I can finally go turn in that quest I had at the end of the last stream. That poor man has been waiting this whole time. I'm still surprised this quest did not have a deadline on it, because it felt like the guy wanted to do it before we dueled Luis.
Let's go.
I guess since we didn't actually kill Luis, then his reason still stands, even if he hasn't moved from his spot.
Splendid.
Wait, that dangerous-looking club is the Bramblethorn Baton. I never thought I'd see it. Let me get a closer look. This is the Zeokropope's club, there's no doubt about it. So you really did defeat it. Well, are you gonna say it now? Come on, admit that we're powerful enough to take on Luis. I'll admit you're clearly stronger than the Zeokropos, but it still remains to be seen if you're stronger than Luis. Nevertheless, you took me seriously, and for that, I must admit my heart is moved. No matter who it may be, you'll pay genuine attention to anyone in need. You're far more qualified to be king than Luis. Perhaps you really will be able to push past Luis and onto that shining throne. You have my respect, begrudgingly.
Been a real help to me.
Take this as a token of my support. I hope it will help in your fight against that vile pretender. Your reputation precedes you, so here, take a little extra. Go on.
Mission accomplished.
Also, did you notice that my hair color changed last time I talked to you, Mr. Knight? No? Okay.
Alright.
Oh man, by the time I read Basilio's book, I'm gonna overcap on another virtue. It seems I misunderstood you. For that, I apologize. It'll be far from easy to defeat Luis, but no, I am on your side. Fight hard.
Yeah.
We appreciate the thought. Let's not let him down, Will.
I thank you in advance.
The grim task of unseating Luis is yours. I'll do all within my power here. Someone has to ensure the city's secure, after all. In the end, this is the role I'm better suited for.
Alright then. Where to?
Oh, and there's new quests that popped up. Well, there's one. And there's probably more stuff at the recruitment center.
Let's go.
Hey!
Yep.
Unfortunately, I haven't got much information about that place. It's not exactly the kind of place anyone could just waltz into. But there have been sightings of monsters stalking the skies around the palace, or around the place. I hope these days there's no telling what kind of fiends may appear. Regardless, I'm confident you'll be able to pull through all of this. Remember all the trials you've already claimed victory over, and know that you'll do the same to Luis. I place my faith in you. Well, thank you, random informant man.
It's okay.
That's right, our past experiences have shown us we can overcome anything. Don't worry, we can do this. Oh, I was just curious if he had more information for me. And he does. I'll buy that next time, though. Actually, you know what? Let's buy it now. It's all about food.
Hey!
Marble bluefin tuna, limp goldfish, brocaded koi. All these are being sold by the butcher in Grand Trad. But there's also the Lord of the Lake. You want him? You're gonna have to fish him up yourself. Certainly no harm in pulling up your own catch anyway, so why not try fishing to cool your head? Well, that's good to know. I think the Lord of the Lake is the only ingredient I'm kind of missing a lot of.
Hey!
Doe meat, Morakoti meat, and monster bone are all sold by the butcher in Grand Trad. He's been really stocking up lately. If it's a meat dish you're after, there's no one I could recommend higher.
Hey!
Giant worm meat, giant's rib, and fiend flower nectar are sold on Idle's days at the stalls in Brylehaven or Virga Island, I believe. You can get Geldust by harvesting them from monsters. Otherwise, check out the stalls on Virga Island. I heard you can get Dream Eater Moth and Lumibee by campfires. What would food made with monster parts even taste like? Not that I want to come anywhere near it. Night Danger, thanks so much for stopping by the stream.
Hey!
If you're looking for white peach turnip or rock beans, then the butcher in Grand Trad should have some in stock. Did you know there's a stall that sells red grass? It's in the same place as the butcher, at the square in front of the Grand Cathedral. Haven't heard anything about someone selling gauntlet shrooms. You have a gauntlet runner, yeah? Wouldn't it be faster to check the nooks and crannies? Oh right, I can pick up shrooms that randomly grow inside my gauntlet runner, because that sounds safe to eat.
Hey!
I heard the water merchant at the square in front of the Grand Trad Cathedral's got some new things in stock recently. There's mellow milk and fragrant spice, as well as briny salt and orgo sugar. And Altaberry wheat flour too. The water shop in this town pretty much has it all. I don't hear much about anyone selling Queen's honey jar. What I've heard though is sometimes fishermen reel that up instead. Maybe the water shop on Virga Island has one or two in stock. Why don't you go take a look? Wow, we've been traveling the world to collect all these ingredients from around the world. Now suddenly almost all the ingredients can be sold in the town that we started off our game in. That sounds about right. Well, hi, random fairy. Actually, let's talk to it. I don't really want to be around the people outside because it's so weird lately. The people in here feel nice and warm, though. I wonder why. It's like there's this optimism here. It's gotten stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is that? I wish the people outside were like this. Just like that, they were gone. What an ominous color, that sky. It's as if it's reflecting the hearts of the people right now. It's quite unsettling.
Say.
Ah, I have some business to discuss with you. It concerns the duel, or rather the proceedings following it. Such matters— oh, she wants to hang out. Oh, she wants to do it on the Gauntlet Runner, okay. Oh, I thought my other party members would be here.
Smash it all to bits.
Okay, but I think that's a good place to end for today. Today was just a lot of cutscenes and a couple boss fights. And although at times it was interesting, at times it was also very redundant and a lot of repetition. I mean, I'm not really— like, the plot today was okay. I'm not gonna complain about it too much, even though I was kind of joking around about it and picking apart all the little oversights and little plot holes that they didn't really mention. But besides that, like, I mean, it's still a very serviceable story. I can just kind of tell where the seams are, which again, it's fine, I guess. Although I expected a little bit more, but whatever. Looks like we have a lot of free time left, which means 30 days, we're gonna finish all the social links and then start going through that dungeon. Our next stream's gonna be on Sunday. I don't think— so next week on Thursday, Mario and Luigi Brothership comes out, and I want to play that game on release, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish Metaphor before then, or I'll be very close to finishing it. So I guess we'll see. I may, depending on how interested I am, right? I might spend a little bit longer and finish Metaphor before going to Brothership, or we'll play Brothership right away. I guess it depends how I'm feeling. But thank you so much for coming to the stream. I really appreciate you all stopping by. And for all the new follows as well. Really appreciate it. If you're new around here, don't forget, I have all my videos up on my YouTube channel. Not just past Metaphor streams, but also other JRPGs, horror games, fighting games, visual novels, mystery games, you name it, a little bit of something for everyone. And follow my Twitter if you want updates on my schedule or art posts as well. I'm also starting to post art on Blue Sky, like, not art I've drawn, but art of my characters. I haven't yet started putting, like, stream schedules on Blue Sky, but I might start doing that soon, so we shall see. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I appreciate it. Let's see who's streaming at this hour. I wonder if— aha!
Smash it all to bits.
Let me just have a look. Yeah, so Kieran's still streaming. He's streaming Monster Hunter Wilds, and the character he made looks like me. He told me the other day, he's like, yeah, we made my character in Monster Hunter Wilds. It took him like an hour and a half to make his character, and he's like, it just ended up looking like you, Kiro. And it does. What the heck? Let's go say hi to Kieran and not Kiro, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for our next Metaphor stream. Take care, guys. Bye, froggy friends.